Good morning, this is Malcolm. Um, I didn't know exactly what I should play, so I looked at the numbers, which I track, I don't know, daily or every other day or so. And it looks like TerraTech is slightly more popular than some of the other series I've been doing. So um, let's continue that. Okay, so where are we at? We have two turrets positioned near a GSO trading station. It's nice. Looks like I have a pretty good machine to drive around in. It's got a couple big wheels, a few tall, smaller wheels. Looks like it's set up well for harvesting as well as defending itself. I think there may be an issue here with the magnet mini dragging parts in front of the guns. Um, but let's see. I don't think I have, well, I have a lot of blocks, a lot of singles. Um, so if that becomes a problem, maybe I should rebuild. Also, I think I left this game just before building a refining station, and I think I may have decided to wait. Yeah, because I don't have any control blocks for a third turret, which would go kind of in front of where the driving machine would go. But let's look at, yeah, so I could buy another AI module. Let's do that. Okay. Um, and then I want, I want an anchor. I want a rotating anchor. And I don't know if I have. This is the shop. This is what I can buy. The fixed anchor. Let's see about our inventory. There's one. Okay, so we've got that. So then the other question is, do we have power? We don't have any batteries for it, so let's see if I think we could buy one battery, which, oh, we can buy more than one. Let's zoom out, see how many we're using. I think each one of these turrets only has one battery. It looks like it. That one only has one for sure. And that one too. All right. So then the remaining question is I can buy a repair bubble and a shield bubble. And then what do I have? I have neither of those things, I think, in my inventory. So I would need to buy, yeah, let's buy those if we can. 2,300. We cannot buy a repair bubble. Yeah, they're both too expensive. But we can buy we can buy a small battery, and what I'm considering is this turret here could be rebuilt to only use one of each of the bubble and the shield, or the shield and the repair bubbles. So why don't I do that? It's a little sparse on this one, the further turret, but it looks like it works okay. So I think I'm gonna rebuild this turret so it only uses one of each, and then use the other shield and repair bubble to build a third turret around here. And then we can start talking about building a processing base. Yes, we shall do that. Okay, so I just want to take this one apart. Boom. Okay, and then Please don't roll away. No, please don't roll. You rat bastard. Look at you go. Just not. Alright, so I guess temporarily I'll stick it to myself. Maybe I better do that with where the other ones go. It looks like there's one here. It's just the things that tend to roll away that I want to make sure don't. And I don't see, where'd the other one go? Did it fall? Maybe I only saw, hmm, did I only see 3 bubbles and not 4? That would be some wishful thinking that I wouldn't put past myself. Okay, well, all right, I'm gonna use the SCU thing to pick these up and put them in here, which is sort of the short way of doing it. Well, it's not the shortest. I think I showed you before that I can place the one that I have spare in my inventory and have it just suck them all up. But this will do for now. Oh, I feel like something just flew in. Yep, it did. And when I'm down a turret, well, it's okay. I mean, it's not ideal, but it's okay. All right. I'll build one here, and the other one will be behind, like where the shop shoots its stuff out. So one here, and the other one there. Try to make it as close to parallel with this one as possible, according to the trading station. So it's sort of um, in a line, so like probably about here. Okay. So we get the rotating anchor, and we will place it about here. And then the control, oh, that's on. And it's very odd. I thought I bought one. Did I pick it up? Where's the other AI? Hmm, that's irritating. Alright, well, I'll put this down. And that didn't work very well. Oh, that's right. I don't need the rotating anchor. That was unnecessary. I just have the AI module that has its own rotating anchor. Yeah. So I don't know what happened to the one that I thought I just bought, but we'll try to track it down. This one's set to idle, which is good, which means it won't be rotating around as I build it. Okay. What was that? Oh, that was all right. F to move it around. And then no, but oh, that's right. Um, Here I want to put that bubble there. Give it a battery. Put the other bubble. which is, so that the green one is repair, so this one is the shield. Yeah, that's okay. I should maybe reverse it. I think I will. I want the coverage to be as sort of solid as possible. Yeah, that's probably better. Okay, and then um, what else to build up? I guess just another 2 block, and then the solar, in case for some reason the oh, and I mounted it sideways somehow because that's good. Go. In case for some reason the power transmission doesn't work from the trading station, but that seems unlikely. Okay, and then we have one forward facing and a bunch of things that we can mount on the sides. So let's put the forward facing one on the very bottom, right in front of the AI module to help protect it and also to fire basically straight at whatever's coming. And then mostly just these guys on the sides. And if I had been paying attention, I would have made sure that the anchor points here were on the sides. And so I think I sort of have to do that. But let's try jury rigging this so that we don't have to take apart the whole thing. So this is temporarily, I'm just gonna place these, to try to bridge it while I take these out one at a time. Oh, there we go. Better. Okay, and then I can take these back off again. Because I paid a little bit better attention this time, so now I can put these guys there, and then on the other side. That's not a terrible turret. The only issue I have now is I seem to have lost track of the AI module that I bought, which was expensive, so I gotta look for it. Anyway, let's put some armor-like blocks on here. Not not actually armor, but armor-like. Um, it's not ideal, but it'll get the job done for now. We can make it better later. All right. So I just want to sort of look around for the possibility that I threw that AI module across the the board, the land. I don't really see it though. So all I really seem to have is an additional shield bubble from having rebuilt um, that one turret, which I guess is okay, but I would prefer better. These are the raw materials that are being picked up by the sort of thimble storage bank things. I guess the question is there another AI module available? I would say the answer. Oh, the answer is yes, but I can't afford it because I spent money on the disappearing block that perhaps I will recover at some point, but I seem to have flung instead of hopefully saving like I hoped I was. So that's a little glitchy. But I am capable of doing some resource gathering, so maybe I should just do some resource gathering. Possibly battling. That's it. See, that one's got firing at me. Excuse me. Oh, I should also, this one's still on idle. I should set it to guard. I don't need to be that safe. Maybe I should just go in and have a battle or two. Let's see how that goes. The shield helps me immensely. The only real problem with the shield is that, well, not really a problem per se, but you can get dependent on it, which I guess is a problem. And if you get dependent on it, then you can overcommit, and when it burns out, you are hosed. Trying to see what are the parts that I really want. Like I really want the battery, but I don't necessarily really want more pew pew or um, wheels. Look at that thing rolling away. Keep an eye on it. There you go. All right. So now I'm letting it recharge me, but I still have some more parts that are stuck to my magnet block. So let's see if we can return those to our inventory. All right, and then the other pile of parts that I blew off of that other guy is over here, I think. Yeah, there it is. So I need to go over here and see if there's anything I want to salvage here. It looks like mostly just blocks and guns. But let's not dismiss guns right away. They could be not only helpful for us, but helpful for building more turrets when I find or acquire my next AI module. And there's a mech actually coming to assault my base. I can help the turrets. And it blew up right in front of the SCU unit, so I don't even have to worry about picking the parts up myself and delivering them. This is a glitching resource that is being sort of magnetized by these thimble collectors. But right now it's just causing crazy vibrations. So I usually just sort of pluck it out of the air and move it to where it's supposed to go. Mobility on my Mac is, or sorry, Tech is not particularly good. The tires do seem to be grippy, but there's something that's affecting the torque, so it's not a very agile machine. And it also doesn't turn real well. I'm gonna approach from the side. Seems to be a little stuck. And I try to stop firing as soon as things get destroyed, or as soon as the or the tech gets blown up, because I don't want my shots to do further damage to the parts that I'm trying to reclaim for myself. I'm definitely keeping the turret type things and not necessarily worrying about the blocks. Although I think this is actually helpful. I mean, the others are helpful, and once I get the processing station set up, especially a shredder, any part is worth at least the subparts that it's made of. Um, yeah. And I feel like I should replace these guns, the machine guns, with the lasers, which I find more helpful anyway. So, and I know I have enough. I know I've been picking them up. Yeah, that's still pretty good. Oh, but those are an extra block that I've attached to myself. Oh, there's my AI. All right, so I found it. I had stuck it to myself and I was carrying it around with me. Don't I feel silly? All right, so I wanted that one sort of out here. I don't think I have a lot of stuff to put on it, unfortunately. I do have the one repair bubble, and I think I do have do I have a battery, or I think I might need to buy one. No, I have a battery. Okay, so let's just do a rudimentary one at the very least. Um, and I just want to double check that I can't afford the ones that they have. Yeah, that's too expensive so far. So we'll just go with the, I think, repair bubble that we have in our loot. It's not the best, but it's also not the worst. Where are we not placing? Oh, that's the shop. Yeah, okay. Hard to see, but I want this. I want to make sure that this is exposing. Yep, there we go. And because it's I don't know if there's any actual help to this logic, but I'm thinking that because it's only got a repair bubble, it might need more battery. I'm not sure if that's the case, but let's just move as if it were, and we can make adjustments later if I'm wrong. Perfect. Okay, and then we've got four. Another one of these right in the front. I guess we can use these light machine guns for now, and we can replace them if we get better stuff. Excuse me. Okay. So that's actually pretty stout. And I want to maybe upgrade this one and add some more pew pews on this one too, but we'll see. Okay, so now I want to put some armor-like stuff on. And actually, this should move up so it can maybe protect the, yeah, from the, protect the repair bubble from frontal assault. And then the back of this could just be additional blocks. Oh, why don't we put some lights on there? That's silly. That's okay. That'll work okay for now. And then I'm going to replace some of these drills with the remaining, actually, two things. One, we'll put this turret on guard, and this one will turn off on guard, not idle. So this one we will take those drills off and we'll replace them with machine guns. Yeah, there's five, so we can do that one. And then we'll put this back on guard. Okay, so now we have three turrets around the training station. I put this one a little off center. It doesn't matter that much. I actually would rather the processing base that I want to build be more centered on the trading station. But I also want it to be fairly far away. Like I want it to start like maybe out here. So it may actually work out to have another turret approximately here where the shadow was falling. Um, but let's start working on that. So there's two kinds of inputs um, to a processing base. What do we have? So we have a silo, which is for resources and parts, like not these parts, like these blocks and stuff, but like the sub parts that the fabricator needs. We don't have a shredder yet, so we're not getting those sub parts. Um, all we have is a fabricator, a refinery, a delivery cannon, and silos. I need to get a cup of water, excuse me. Okay, sorry. um, so what a refinery station can do for me right now is it can take raw materials, refine them, and shoot them up into the sky. I also have a filter block, so it could also potentially feed a furnace generator overnight if for some reason the power from the trading station fails, but I don't think the trading station's going to fail, so it's kind of a low priority for me. Um, so the things to keep in mind about um, crafting stations and so on, like crafting, Mike was talking to us about, are you can use silos, which are intelligent, and they will put um, resources that the fabricator needs on the conveyor line. So you can use silos to hold things, and they do hold quite a bit of stuff. But the other thing that people do, and I don't know if I showed you this, I don't think I did show you this on Factorio yet, but a lot of the games that provide conveyor belt mechanisms also provide for a way to do loops. So if I want to keep stuff sort of in circulation for my refining system, I can essentially set up a loop where things come off of it based on some rule, like through this filter. And the loop will essentially just keep running around and around and around until a thing gets processed the way that we want it. And then it goes either into a holding area or we shoot it into space for cache in this game. So we can do that in a number of ways. TerraTech requires either manually loading blocks with um, resources or using one of these receiver blocks. These are both for resources and not for parts. Well, I think they're all for parts. It depends on what's in your station. So I don't really have enough conveyors to do a super big loop. So I'm going to need to start by relying on the silos instead. So what I want to do, and the reason I'm doing all this talking is because I want to sort of roughly plan out how I want my refinery station to work before I start building it, although it's definitely something that I can change and improve if I need to. So silos are anchored blocks. You can see that they are by looking at the bottoms of them. You can see that if I'm holding them in certain positions, you can actually see the red anchor on them. And this one's moving around in synchronity with the turret, but it doesn't have to. So what I'm going to do is put this silo here. I want silos right now? I don't think I want silos. I'm going to renege on the silo idea. All right. So we'll start the anchored blocks with the delivery cannon. And the thing that I don't like about this is it's not rotated the way. So this is better. I want it rotated so it's fairly parallel with the trading station, so that the stuff that I build will sort of be in cardinal direction from the trading station. Okay, so the conveyor belt is heading in towards the cannon. That's good. And I'm just going to use the refinery for now. I just want to make sure that the input is in front of the output. The input is the green open circle, the output is the white closed circle. The green circle has a little it's difficult to see. But the green circle has a little green arrow pointing into it, and the red has a red arrow pointing out of it. So those are the sort of mnemonics to keep in mind. So the issue here, and the reason that one might consider using something like a silo, is that the way this is working, there are two paths. One path goes into the refinery, and the other one bypasses it entirely. When the refinery is busy, it can miss certain raw materials, and those will go directly to the cannon, which is, I mean, given the volume of work of resources that we're going to harvest eventually, it doesn't really matter that some of them miss. But it's something to keep in mind. If you broke this up with a silo, then you could essentially force everything to go through refinery if it possibly qualified. But for now, we'll just do this. So let's test it. This is the delivery area, and then we can watch as things get refined to get shot up into space. There's some spare materials here that I didn't collect last time, so let's get them. Let's not run into the refinery. It doesn't actually take damage, but it does get in our way. And we'll just test with this much. Too far away, getting closer, close enough. And we can watch. You can see the refinery has missed a few blocks. You can see the refined stuff is getting you 6 cash, or 9 cash, and the unrefined stuff is getting you 6 cash. So that's how that's working. Almost everything can be refined, but it depends on how many refineries you have running, whether they all actually do get refined. If I had other refineries like along this line, more of them would get refined, and there would be fewer ones that went up into space unrefined. It all depends on your goals, what kind of thing you build, and how you set up a refinery so that it's efficient to what you want. You can also set up your refinery stations so that things get unloaded quickly and comprehensively, and you don't have to twist around to have everything get loaded or unloaded. And I've gotten in the way. I want to get a more efficient tech so that it's easier to steer, faster to steer. The other thing that I want to keep in mind or keep an eye on is that the quests that the training stations issue include harvesting quests. And if I do all the harvesting by myself, then it's harder for me to fulfill the harvesting quest. It looks like, though, I may have already completed all those in previous playthroughs, or I haven't unlocked them yet. Yeah, I'm not sure which is the correct answer there. Um, I could go do the delivery crate up for grabs mission. I don't know. Let's experimentally go that way because there's a mech in or a tech in the way, and it may prevent us, but it also may help us unlock more activities. It doesn't look like it's the construction tech people. I'm gonna go back with this stuff. This is the sort of daily grind in TerraTech is going out on an excursion, bringing back parts and resources, having your station process the resources, having your SCU suck in the parts. And you can't really sell the parts easily, but you can, when you get a shredder, you can break them up into subparts and use those to create more parts, which you can then have the SCU suck into your inventory and you can use to build other things later. So it's more of a hoarding game than a selling of parts game. But I don't think your storage is ever limited, so that's something to keep in mind. And your storage can be safely out of your way, stored by the SCU, and not anywhere physical if you don't want it to be. This guy's moving, rotating too fast, driving too fast for me to be able to hit easily. Yeah. I'll leave these green minerals alone because I'm pretty sure there's a harvesting mission and I don't want to make it so that they're rare when I go looking for them for the harvesting mission. Let's look at the refined and unrefined value of these yellow ones. All right, so the unrefined are 15. And the refined are 23. Okay. And then the other part of the grinding in this game is the doing of the quests. This guy's got a block magnet, but I'm not sure if it survived. He's also got all these big wheels, which would help me make more big wheel tech. We'll have to go looking for that block magnet. It looked like it may have blown up when I was shooting at it. I feel like I'm stuck on something. Oh, yep, there it is. It survived, so I can now put another block magnet on my blueprint. So this is just a better value than going to the trading station because I can refine some things and I can get a slightly better sale price for them. Um, but the other thing that I want to keep in mind is that when I start using the fabricator, the refinery will help me create the refined resources I need to make certain fabricated objects. Um, Freeze renew, so we don't have to worry about using those up. And minerals do as well, but it's my experience that they take a much greater amount of time to regrow than freeze do. There are mechanisms that can uh, get extra minerals from the ground, so it's not that a huge deal. It is a minor inconvenience. If I pick up something that's flashing red and I bring it into the sphere of the repair bubble, it's likely that it will survive, like that battery was flashing red, which indicated that if left alone, it might well have exploded. But it looks like I was able to salvage it by picking it up with that block magnet and um, carrying it over to the SCU. And that actually reminds me that it looks like there's something stuck under my chassis. Oh yeah. That reminds me that I have that other block magnet that I wanted to install on my tech. Uh, all right. Oop, I managed to unload those into the normal trading station. It's not a huge deal either way. It's just slightly more advantageous to process, send it myself. The other thing that I want to do with the station that I built is protect it. So when I can, I want to buy an AI module for it and put a bunch of guns on it so that it can fire back, and also put shield and repair bubbles on it so that it can shield itself and repair itself, which also means it needs to have a bunch of batteries and a bunch of solar generators or be close enough to the trading station so that it can get wirelessly charged. So those are all just sort of um, basic things to keep in mind when you build your own refinery station if you want it to survive. The thing about the refinery stations is that because they are sending um, commodities up into space, that's generating interest in the game for the other AI techs to come and investigate and try to take over. So as long as your resource um, refining station is working, it's likely um, calling attention to itself, essentially. Battery's full up again. Time to go. And I guess the other thing that I'm doing while I'm running around here engaging enemies is that I'm looking for techs from other licenses, because these are all GSO techs, which is fine. You can definitely do interesting things with GSO technology, but it is kind of limiting my builds. Again, it's fine, but once I unlock the non-GSO, I can't remember the other uh, the other licenses. But there's the construction like tech, which has the yellow blocks, and they're much bigger, and the wheels are much bigger, and you can build more, construction uh, rock type builds. There's tech that starts with a V. I don't know why I'm being so terrible about these names. That is fast moving, has rockets and turbo, and just goes much faster. So there's all kinds of possibilities as you unlock more variety in the game. Oop, something caught. I can't even see what's caught. Oh, there we go. Yeah, sometimes the SCU is a little slow. It's a little frustrating that it's slow at picking things up, but it usually gets everything eventually. Um, I wonder, do I have enough of the big wheels to do them in the front as well? With the big one? No, it's these, the bumper wheels. I think I do. I don't think these are doing me any favors, basically. Oh, there's something right there. Okay, that's. Oh, yeah, that turns better. Oh, that's better. A great improvement. Now I can actually steer this thing a little bit better and maybe catch up to things that are moving too fast. This one's shielded. And I got another repair bubble out of it. And another battery. Oh, that's pretty nice. Yes, all right. Run on home to get these into the SCU. Woo. Okay. That wasn't terrible, although I did let the training station snatch away a bunch of my resources. But it doesn't matter that much. Save those batteries. Got a high need for batteries. Yep, I got it. Excellent. Maybe don't run into my own refinery station at high speed. Somebody new just dropped down. The other thing that I can do that I should consider doing is luring enemies towards the base where I have all these turrets so that I'm not just taking them on one. Because I don't need to. That's why I have turrets, not just to protect the training station and my station, but also to help me fight. Shall I try that delivery crate? I don't know. They might be close enough. Let's see. Uh-oh. What the? Oh, there's more. Let's get out of here with that stuff. Because as soon as we unlock it with our inventory, I think it becomes available with the shop. Not that I can necessarily afford it, but I think that as soon as I unlock it by picking it up in the wild, it becomes a possibility to buy it. And this is an additional SCU, which I could just set up somewhere or keep in case I need it later. So that was pretty successful. That was nice. Beating the rival techs is a little bit more complicated. I don't know. Let's see. How far is this? 800 meters. Might have time. It's kind of far away though. Nice to be able to move on these wheels though. So the question is, what's protecting it? I've got a number of mechs that are protecting it. The question is, or techs, are they all attacking me? Answer, yes. That looks like a big station. Look at that spire. Oh, that's a turret. And it's got a repair bubble. I don't know if maybe if I just go in fast, will that? Ooh, no, it will not. Leaving. Look at that, I'm taking damage. That is not good. Um, that looks like a nice big chunky station though. I should definitely keep that one in mind. But now I have no batteries. So what I should consider doing is building a tech that has a lot more batteries and therefore a lot more robustness. Um, I don't think that's within my means at this time, but you know, it might be soon. So I want to get this charged up so that the repair bubble can repair stuff that took damage during that scouting mission. All right, we're at an hour. I've done some stuff. Got a minor resource station built and 3 turrets instead of 2. This third turret needs a shield and not just a repair bubble, but that will wait until next time. Um, it looks like things are going well. I don't want to bite off more than I can chew with my quests, so it's a good thing that I was able to get out of there after checking out that station. Um, Besides building up, the other thing that we might do is, for instance, approach it from the side where the turret would have to shoot through the base in order to get to us. But it looks like it has a pretty extraordinary range, so I'd have to be careful about that approach. But there are ways. There are ways. There are always ways. And I'm thinking about it as, yes, I should be able to take the station and repurpose the parts for my own use. So there's that. There's other missions to do. There's a whole lot of stuff to do in the game. And I've still only unlocked the GSO licenses. So there are plenty of other licenses of other techs that I should also be able to unlock by discovering and fighting other techs or discovering the parts through quests that involve them and so on. There's also the R&D labs, the sandbox modes, the gauntlet modes, the race modes. TerraTech has a bunch of amusements and puzzles and activities, so it's actually very replayable and I think still very interesting, even though I've been playing it for a couple of years now. Which makes me think that it's a little Minecrafty. It certainly is on the crafting scale, the survival and crafting genre. Um, so yeah, that's a lot of fun, and I'm happy to play it again. Let me know, or just view. You don't have to let me know. I'm, you know, watching the stats. And the reason I played TerraTech this morning is because it has the highest number of viewers per episode for me. Um, I think Factorio is still up there, and there are some other ones that are still up there, around 28 or 30 per video, which is not huge, but it's, you know, something. It's good to know that some people are watching, and I hope having a good time. Anyway, it's Monday, the start of another week. Be sure to take time to take care of yourself and your family and your pets if you have any. Um, See if they will take care of you. That's always nice. Um, be kind to yourself. And I know it's been very stressful, certainly for me, with the pandemic and the isolation and the staying safe and the wearing masks and the contentiousness about the masks and science and vaccines and so on. Um, but do what you need to do. Try to take care of others. Be good to yourself and your family. and I hope that they are good to you as well. Take good care of yourself, and perhaps you will join me again. If you like my stuff, please like and subscribe on YouTube. Please follow me on Twitch. Feel free to comment. I love comments. It gives me an idea of what people are interested in and what they want. And you can even articulate that in comments. You can find me on Twitter. Um, Lots of options to reach out if you'd like to. Take good care. I'll see you again.